Why can't I go into this parking garage? Look, it's empty inside. There's no one around to question me. Why can't I wander in with my dog and then walk out without anyone knowing I was there? I can't because there are security cameras. I don't belong there because I don't have a car parked there. But it shouldn't matter. A person living in the 1960s wouldn't have to worry about cameras. There wouldn't be any. There might have been an occasional security patrol where a guard drives by through all the parking lots checking for trouble, but maybe it's a holiday and the guard isn't working on that day. Why can't I wander in with my dog, sit in there, maybe go up on the stairs and hide myself on the staircase, and then wander back out without anyone knowing? But by putting cameras there, they make it so discouraging. Are those cameras being watched live, or are they just recording? Will I look suspicious and they will send someone over to investigate? If they're not being watched, then it probably wouldn't matter. But still, somebody could rewind the video and see what they were not meant to see because they weren't there. Why is it that we're cut off from doing things people could do in the mid-20th century because of cameras? I should be able to enter public buildings like schools and stuff without having any justifiable reason to be there. For instance, I wouldn't need much to disguise myself as a high school student. I could roam through a high school hallway, secretly videotaping the students passing by, and then come out through some exit and walk away. Or maybe I could hang out at a high school parking lot and try to flirt with girls. Then I walk away and I'd hardly be a memory, and no one could look at some video to see what I looked like. No one could publish my image online to try and identify me. But now people have submitted themselves to something awful by allowing cameras on buildings. Just about anyone who parks in this lot is making it so that people in charge can know exactly when you arrived and left. You can't have an alibi anymore. There are people who have enjoyed keying other people's cars in the parking lot. You drive into the parking lot, pick a spot next to an already parked car, look around to see that no one in the parking lot will see you, get out, key the paint on someone's car, and then you can go to work or to class with this sensation of well-being and lifted spirits because you did something mischievous and society doesn't have total control over you with its rules. It's a very therapeutic feeling where you are reassured that you are still in greater control over your destiny than authority is, that you're standing at a level higher than the pathetic authority figures that are struggling to enforce the rules. But now someone could look at a tape and see that you were next to that car, that your hand did some kind of a motion that looks like you might have been the one scratching the car. So I guess now you just have to become a robot because you're watched all the time. Society told you to arrive with your head down, to be humble, respectful, to just park your car and get out, do nothing else. You trudge off to work or to class, and you do exactly what your boring bosses tell you to do or what your teachers tell you to do because surveillance cameras are watching. And there's nothing else that you can do to lift your spirits so you don't feel miserable having to live a life like that. At the end of your day, which everyone expects to be productive, and your productivity will be reviewed and enforced by way of cameras, you get back in the car and drive home, and there you can sit at home and contemplate suicide, because your life is boring and depressing, because you never have a window of opportunity to step out of bounds, because cameras are watching all the time. Some people need to step out of bounds as psychiatric therapy. If you don't like criminals and need cameras to watch them, get rid of cameras and instead get creative with the criminals. Troll the criminals. Buy one of these dummy cell phones or tablets and leave it in plain view on the seat of your car, so a criminal will break the window or pick the lock so he can steal that valuable cell phone that will turn out to be a fake, and he'll feel so disappointed and bummed out. Why aren't people tired of living in a technologically advanced world? And I mean, technology that makes it easier to track, identify you, figure out what you did, and when. People who like this feel like it's so unnecessary to have privacy, until they will spontaneously need it because there's some kind of accident, and it won't be there. What if you're parking your car, and you're upset, and you weren't paying attention, and you ding someone else's car? Lucky for you, there was no one in the vicinity to see it, so you drive away and go to another spot. What happened remains a secret. The person whose car was dented will not know who did it. But now cameras may see who had dinged the car. Well, assholes are gonna say, well, you need to be responsible and take the consequences for your mistakes. No, I don't. I am bitching about not being able to afford a sweatshirt. I don't need more fucking problems in my life. I should be able to cover up and hide anything that causes me problems, to the same extent and ability as I could have in the middle of the 20th century. And some fucking business shouldn't interfere with that by putting up cameras. Or if they will, it should be illegal to use what they record as evidence and act on it. It's so not fair. I can't wander into an empty parking garage, pace about for a few minutes, then leave without anyone knowing, when a person in the 1950s could do just that.